Hey Flosstube, it's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher. I'm back outside. I'm feeling so much better from last week. Thank you all so much for your kind words, and if prayers are part of your life, thank you if you lifted me up. Yeah, so I'm outside, which means there's going to be lots of noise. It's boating season. There's boats going by. A few of you have asked me to film facing the water. The trouble with that is if I do, or even if I back up, see, the water comes into play, but then then I'm kind of in the dark. So I'll try to lean in and out for you. Yeah, so the birds are chirping, the weather's beautiful. I have no idea what temperature it is. I would say it's in the middle 70s. I just feel so much better. I can't begin to tell you. I had some health things going on. It's been about over a year now, and y'all know I lost a bunch of weight, and there's time when I get zapped, I'm just like completely out of energy. It's awful, but I feel a lot better and way back to myself. So, Stitchy update. The squirrels are going berserk. I didn't put it. You know what it is? I did not fill the feeders, and I sat on the porch. So, yeah, they'll probably be paying us a visit or two. They're acting a ruckus out there. My feeding station, which you may have seen on my Instagram, is located underneath a giant, it's not really a giant magnolia tree, but a pretty good sized magnolia tree. And then we've put some feeders in our hedge in our natural area, which you can see from this shot where I'm at, that I'm on a wooded lot with water behind me. So it's wonderful for birds, which you know how happy that makes me, and for squirrels, and for raccoons, and for whatever else wants to come eat out of the feeders. I could care less. I feed them all. I've got some great new pictures to put up on Instagram whenever I get them off of my Canon camera. This sounds horrible, and if you're skeeved out by rodents, yeah, sorry. So we have a wooden walkway that goes from the porch down to the first seawall, down the second seawall, and out to the beach. Well, basically the wooden walkway is probably like a underground superhighway for the Florida beach mouse and also for the Florida wood rat. So the beach mice are actually protected. I've talked about this in another video. Wood rats are not. They're kind of like, they look like a mouse rat hybrid of some sort. They're actually kind of cute, but they don't have any problem coming out during the day, and they are very territorial with the squirrels. So I have some really cute pictures, which I think they're cute, that I need to get off my camera and post, so you can see a few standoff moments when the squirrels are scared to death of them, which is funny because they're way bigger than they are, but it's funny. So there would be lots of noises and chirps and all that stuff, but I think you guys like that. As far as Flosstube this week, when I was down and feeling cruddy, I watched a lot of you and should have took better notes. Isn't that always the story? We always want to take better notes. But I did watch new to Flosstube, really, and one of my new favorites is Sarah Elliot. She's still trying to come up with the perfect Flosstube name, which I know can be daunting because there's so many, and you hear another one, you hear one that somebody else is using, and you're like, that totally should have been my name because that describes me. But anyway, she's wonderful. She's a quilter. She's a customer of mine now at the shop, which just tickles me to death. I love to actually put a face with the name, and I love to see when people get their packages in, and all that good stuff. There's a barge coming by, so you'll hear that. We're on an intercoastal waterway, so there's shipping traffic all the time, which I love. It's not a big deal. Who else? Lolly. Everybody watches Lolly. I just started going back and catching up. I love her. And Ginger Gerald, again, not new to Flosstube, not new to me, but I'm loving the was it Confessions, I guess it is? his new, like, episodes with other Stitchers. Christine was on this week. Christine, I felt how nervous you were, girl. I was nervous for you because, number one, it's one thing to sit here and talk to yourself at the camera. It's another thing to be prompted by somebody else. I hope that's not too loud. Anyway, you know, I could feel your nervousness. And it was kind of cute because I remember back in your early Flosstube videos, you were super nervous, and now you're a pro. So I hope you come back and join Gerald again because you always have really cool things to say, and it was awesome. I love that. I love the, like, split screen situation. I have no idea how to do that, though. So that will probably never happen, but see if I can show you the barge. It's probably, sorry if you're seasick. There it is. Try to get out of the frame so you can see it a little bit more. Yep, that's a small one. That boat is only pushing one barge deck. Usually they are 5 or 6 or 7 barge lengths wide, but they're kind of noisy. Sorry, that's real life. That's what we always say, right? Real life. This is the sounds of sitting on the back porch. I guess it could be worse. I could be listening to snowplows. I'm not, so that's good. Favorite things this week. I hear people doing that all the time. I find that super interesting. I don't know that I have a I love all the things. You know, I'm a consumer. I'm not proud of it, but I love so many things, and I will jump on a bandwagon in a hot second. I love that I can buy Starbucks in the refrigerated section of the grocery store because then it's in the fridge whenever I want it. I like that. I'm into... I didn't really give this much thought. You guys know I'm into needle minders. I recently went on a needle minder purchasing Tear. I'm into all the love and support I felt when I was down, a little bit down and feeling cruddy last week. Boat days. I'm so glad boat days are back. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw I had an amazing Sunday. I was not feeling up to it. I did not really want to go. Dan loves being on the water, and I was like, you know, he's been picking up a lot of slack for me while I was dealing with having a cold and having the root canal and having the broken tooth and all that. So it was really like, I went for him, and I'm so glad I did. And I invited my mom, who lives locally here. She lives in my old house. She came out, and she loves dolphins, and it's so exciting to see someone else see something that you've experienced and that you've enjoyed before. And we ran into several pods of dolphins, and I put a lot of pictures online, so that was super exciting. My stepdaughter went out with us. Yeah. I had a great time. I did not get sunburned, which is a miracle. I stayed under the SPF 3000, that's for sure. And we have a bimini top on the boat. Can y'all hear the horrible humming sound of the barge is gone, but now he's kicked up some waves, so that's what we hear now. And there's an extension cord running out to the jet ski that's on the lift out there. Not the best thing to look at, I'm sure, but anyway, that's the sounds of outside. I'm just trying to ramble while the barge gets past us, but it's going. It's kind of like when I lived in Tennessee. I lived by trains, and you hear them all the time, and it doesn't really bother me anymore. Oh, another favorite thing. I don't know what got into me yesterday. I guess because I was feeling a little bit better, I decided to, like, do a bunch of cooking, and it wasn't really cooking, it was like salad making. So I made tuna salad because Dan loves that, and he's one of those guys that doesn't, like, he'll eat breakfast sometimes, but when he's out working, he has a landscaping business, and when he's out working and doing yards and landscaping, and it's so hot, and he's in the blazing sun, he does not want to eat. It's a challenge to get him to stop and eat. He says it makes him feel like weighed down and heavy, and he just doesn't, he makes him want to take a nap, not, you know, go for another 4 hours of doing yards, which I totally get. But I find that if I have something on hand that's quick and easy for him, if he does stop by the house, which he does quite a bit for other equipment or tools or whatever, then he'll eat if it's here. So, and I hadn't done anything in like a week because I was just feeling miserable. So I made tuna salad. I made 2 chicken salads. I made the Danny chicken salad, which is just like your basic chicken, mayonnaise, pepper, celery, onions. And then I made what I call like a fancier chicken salad, which is what I like, which has seedless grapes and toasted almonds. And he loved it. I was shocked. So he just left. He just came home and ate some chicken salad. So that made me super happy. I also made what we call in the South sorority girl pasta salad. I don't know if you've ever heard of this or not. Get a piece of paper and write this down. There's so many noises out here. I hope that the view and the bird chirping is worth all of the boat and barge noises that you guys hear. This is probably why I don't come outside and film, because I worry. And then I get distracted because there's 2 blue jays that are having a war over here over some peanuts I put outside yesterday. Anyway, I digress. Sorority girl pasta salad. I don't know how I got distracted off of that. Write this down. It's the simplest recipe. It is the best thing to take to a potluck. It is Southern. It's a Southern staple. It's as much a staple as deviled eggs are. And that's a thing. Everybody brings deviled eggs everywhere here. I also made deviled eggs yesterday. I think it's because I boiled eggs for the tuna salad and had them out anyway. But sorority girl pasta salad. So tricolored rotini noodles, or whatever noodle that you have. I use an English cucumber because they don't have as many seeds, but you could use a regular cheap old run-of-the-mill cucumber. Just scrape the seeds out. Chop that up. 2 tomatoes, diced. And rotini, tomatoes, cucumbers, Duke's mayonnaise. Now, it's a thing. Duke's mayonnaise is the best mayonnaise that there is. I will stand by that because I think it has 3 or 4 ingredients and that's it. So if you're on a limited ingredient diet, you don't want a bunch of fake junk in your food, or you can make your own mayonnaise, but if you don't make your own, you should definitely go with Duke's. It's like eggs, vinegar, salt. I think that's it. Oil. It's very limited. Duke's mayonnaise and Cavendar's Greek seasoning. There is no measurement to this. I will tell you, it's a box of pasta, a cucumber, 2 tomatoes, and mayonnaise and Cavendar's dressing to taste. It could not be simpler, and it is the number one thing to take to any kind of potluck that you go to. It is delicious. There's military planes flying by. You chill it. You can just make it as seasoned as you like with the Cavendars, but a lot of restaurants sell it as a side dish or give it as a cold salad. And I read in a cookbook, I don't remember what cookbook it was. I checked a cookbook out of the library relatively recently, and this girl was talking about her and her best friend always went to this restaurant, and she was begging them for the sorority girl salad recipe, and it's like her favorite thing that she's ever eaten at this restaurant, and they never would give it to her. So she called on the phone and asked to speak to the manager, and she said that this is horrible. Don't ever do this, but she said she had a severe food allergy, and she needed to know what was in the sorority girl salad before she could eat it, and she just had to know before she could order from them, and they told her. Then it went into a cookbook which went around the world, and now, I've always made it, but now the whole world can get the sorority girl salad. So that's yummy. That's one of the things I'm into this week. It's fresh, it's cold, it's summery, it's easy, it's great to always have it in the fridge so you can throw it in the kids' lunch, or when your partner comes home for lunch and you're trying to get them to eat something, it's in the fridge. So I made all of that yesterday, which was great because we've been kind of existing on, Dan's a great cook. He did make spaghetti a few times. I just couldn't eat anything. I had this broken tooth and I just didn't want anything. So I did that yesterday. So Sunday I did not do any stitching because it was Sunday fun day on the boat. And then Yesterday, I did very little stitching because I was cooking everything and doing stuff with the shop. So I have a little bit of progress to show you, and I'll show you where I'm at with all the things that I've got going on for Maynia. So here is Singing the Blues. I love this little guy. And this is how far I got on this, which is pretty far, I guess. This is the challenging part outside because it's kind of breezy. Gotten that far on him. And I'm doing this, I don't know if you can see it with the light or not. I'm doing this on Picture This plus Ancient, which is blue and brown. So I thought that would be cool. I'm trying to use up some of the Aida that I have. This is like the most luscious soft Aida of all time. But I'm not really an Aida stitcher. But I used to be, so I have quite a bit of it. So I'm trying to stitch through the stash on the fabrics. And this is all one variegated floss from Victorian Motto. It wasn't named because I think she gave it to me as a freebie, but it's similar to tartan plaid, I would say. And then that is Candy Apple from Weeks. And there will be 2 cherries down here. And then the rest is blue. And it does have some oatmeal that will be on it. So, again, that's Singing the Blues. It's a cute little small. So that's one I was working on. I don't know what day of Maynia because, like I said, with the whole tooth thing and then losing days for boating, not mad about it. I'm not mad that I missed some stitching. Okay, this is Little House Needleworks Birdhouse Alphabet. And it's super cute. It comes with, it came with the 2 little buttons. And it came with a skein of Classic Colorworks Belle Soie, which is in my little Flosstube bag. This is my first time ever using silk. Shocker! I don't have the budget for it usually. And I love overdyed cotton, so I usually don't use it, but it came with this. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And it's nice. You know, I think Classic Colorworks is nice. I think General Arts is nice. So I don't know if I'd pay $5 to scan for it or whatever it is. But just have made the smallest bit of progress. It does have a nice sheen to it, but I just did a couple letters and 1 line off of that. That was literally a 1 afternoon Maynia, 1 hour sitting in the chair. And then Sally Spencer. This is #Mustang Sally Sampler on all the places, Instagram and everywhere else. My chart. We've all seen this. I think this came out in... It doesn't say. Does it? I think it came out in like 2015 or something. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on that. But I'm doing it on 40 count, and I'm doing it 1/2, which was my first time, as I discussed on my last video. So I got a little bit further. I love the colors. I subbed out a lot of Victorian Motto. There's not a lot of colors in this, so it's easy. This fabric is 40 count vintage buttercream. I'm in love. I want all the lakeside linen, honestly. And I haven't placed an order with Lakeside Linen. You have to order from them directly. They don't go through the distributors, which is no big deal. But let me move my camera a little bit. You have to place like a $500 order your first time or something, and I could do it. I mean, there's plenty of Lakeside Linen I would love to have. I haven't jumped off that yet. I have so much fabric. I've got a ton of R&R, which I also love. But this vintage buttercream, this is my favorite one I've stitched on lately. I have plenty in the stash that I've never even touched that may be as wonderful or better. I couldn't tell you because I haven't done it yet. Okay, so that's what I've got going on for current whips. Also, don't forget about Prairie Life. I just put it down. I put it down since Maynia started. I put it down once I started on Sally Spencer. I'm not done with it forever. I absolutely love it. I've just... Like, that's the struggle with Maynia, right? I mean, Maynia is amazing, and you get to dig through your stash and pick all these things. But the hard part is when you're like, I really want to go back to Sally Spencer, but I'm supposed to go on to something else today. That's a bit of a struggle for me. But, I mean, it's Maynia your way, right? I mean, it's like, what would that be? Like, Maynia. Is that a word? I just made it up. So this is what I have queued up next. I don't know when next will be because I'm dying to get back to Sally Spencer. I'm having a good time with that. And I think it's because I'm stitching on a higher count. It's new to me. It's not the same old, same old. So, I don't know. But, America the Beautiful by My Big Toe is on my list. I just love the font. I love the colors. I've already got it, for the most part, kitted up. I think it came with... I think I have everything except for the called for blue in here, which I have. I just don't have it in here. So here's the called for weeks. Look how beautiful that is. Chris's Bonbon, Merlot, Pecan, and Juniper. And then it calls for Deep Sea. Deep Sea, which I have. I just didn't pull it yet. Who knows why. And then for fabric on that, for fabric I am using 36 count Zweigart cream. So I think that'll be pretty. So that's in the queue. When, who knows, because I want to go backwards. I'm not a great Maynia participator. Although, I'm a super Maynia warrior. I love all the posts. I love all the hashtags. I think that's the best part. I mean, there's so many times I've got my Kindle and I'm stitching and I stop and I fall down the rabbit hole with, and I'm like sliding down Instagram, like, love, whatever, clicking the picture. And it's been like 30 minutes and I'm still holding my needle in my other hand. I'm never going to get anything stitched that way, but that's okay. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so that's it for what I've got going on. Before I get into shop haul, I want to talk about books. If you have not fallen into the Audible vortex yet, what's the matter with you? You hear the songbirds? Those are cardinals. So pretty. Love them. If you haven't fallen in the Audible vortex, this is the perfect week. From now until May 10th, which I believe is, what is that, Thursday? Today's Tuesday the 8th? Wednesday? Yep. They have what they call Editor's Choice. So there's like 9 pages. So that's probably 70 books, audiobooks, that are on sale for $6.95. So, Audible tip, if you are an Audible subscriber and you're paying the $12.95 or $13.95 or $14.95, whatever your contract for credits is, don't spend them on those books that are on, don't spend your credit on the books that are on sale. Because 1 credit equals 1 book. So you don't want to spend a credit that you spent 12 or 13 bucks on a book that's $6. You can, if that's what you want to do, but your credits stack, they roll up to 6 months. So why waste them on that? So today I bought maybe like 7 or 8 books. I used 2 credits. I used a credit on The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I started reading it on my Kindle on the free sample, which is a very generous free sample, probably, I don't know, 40, 50 pages. And it is so good. It's, I don't even know how to tell you what it's about. From what I gather, it's about a family whose, the dad is not the greatest provider. He loses his job and he decides that what's best for his family is to move off the grid in Alaska. So I think that sounds really super interesting. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I hope I don't. Okay, so The Great Alone. And then I've talked about American Gods by Neil Gaiman being one of my favorite books of all time. It is hands down my favorite audiobook. Top 3 audiobooks of all time for me are, I just said it, American Gods by Neil Gaiman, To Kill a Mockingbird, narrated by Sally Field. Sally Field? No. Why did I say Sally Field? Oh my gosh, who's that narrated by? I'm blanking out. It'll come back to me. Anyway, To Kill a Mockingbird. What is her name? It's really bugging me. Anyway, To Kill a Mockingbird and The End of the Affair, narrated by Colin Firth. Love those. Also love Harry Potter and love Game of Thrones. Jim Dale narrates fantastically. I've talked about Greg Iles too. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful audiobooks. But on sale, the reason there's so many noises out here, I'm like, keep thinking the UPS guy's walking around the back of the house, which would be totally embarrassing if he showed up and I'm sitting here talking to my computer. But we're kind of cool now. We're not really friends. That's not the appropriate way to put it. But he comes here like 4 times a week, which is more often than most of my friends do. So I feel like we're getting to know each other. But he might think I'm a little weird if I'm talking to my computer. I'm sorry. I'm a scattered mess. So, audiobooks. Neil Gaiman. Coraline is included in the $6.95 sale. So, Coraline is like 3 hours long. It's fantastically written and wonderfully narrated. So, if you're not sure and you want to try something different that's outside of your comfort zone, try Coraline by Neil Gaiman. $6.95 Audible. You don't have to use any credits. Just spend $6. And you don't have to even have Audible count. You don't have to get credits to be able to purchase from Audible. So there's that. What else did I buy? The Remains of the Day. I have never read that. I love the movie that has the guy that played in Silence of the Lambs. Anthony Hopkins is in Remains of the Day, I believe. And Jeff Bezos, the CEO and president of Amazon, says it is his favorite book of all time. So I've done lots of research on Jeff Bezos and written lots of papers on him since I've been back in business school. So I'm interested to listen to it and see. He says it changed his life. He absolutely loved it. So I'm interested to see like how that translates for me. So that's my long-winded speech on Audible. We're 30 minutes in. Guys, 30 minutes. Okay. Shop stuff. Gonna run through some inventory. I will rapid fire this. So this is the part of the video where you can window shop while you stitch. You can take notes. You can take screenshots, bounce on over to the shop and add things to your cart. If you add something to your cart and you don't make a purchase and someone else does, then it won't let your sale go through if they buy the last one. That's just a feature, which is actually a feature I kind of appreciate because, that way everyone's not just building up their carts and then you want something and you're ready to purchase, but you can't get it because it's in somebody else's cart. That doesn't happen. If you are an international customer, this has come up several times just this week. I'm happy to ship anywhere in the world. In fact, I've shipped to South Africa, Australia, the UK, where else have I shipped recently? I've shipped to a lot of places. But anyway, I don't mind it. I don't mind doing the customs forms. I don't mind any of that. However, I will only do customs forms legitimately, which makes your shipping a little more expensive. So when I go to ship to Australia, for example, it'll say, is this a valueless document or merchandise? And I just don't feel right about saying it's a valueless document, which I think is what some retailers do because a valueless document is like $9 to ship and merchandise is like $15. But I'm not going to... Karma, I'm not doing the wrong thing. So I'd rather declare properly what we're sending and then you have your tracking and everything's good. So if you're an international customer and you're concerned about shopping, you cannot shop on the site because my shipping is flat rate based on the dollar amount of the sale. So for me to calibrate my website to international shipping, I'd have to weigh every single chart, and then as you add it to your cart, it would add the weights and then give you, it's way too much. It's too complicated for me. I don't have the time to do that. So all you have to do, super easy, is reach out to me via email, Instagram, private messenger, and say, these are the things I want. Here's my address. I do ask for your phone number because I need it for customs forms. In the past, I've put my own phone number on there, and then there was an issue once. So, and then I just weigh it up, calculate it, and charge you actual shipping. In fact, most of the time, I will screenshot the shipping cost to you and send it to you and let you pick which method you want. I just recently did that with Lolly. So that's super easy, and I will ship anywhere. I have no problem at all whatsoever, but you can't check out through the website. So just make a list and email it to me. I'll pull the stuff and send it out to you the next day, or as soon as you pay your PayPal invoice. So here's what we've got going on. Rapid fire. Get your pen and paper ready. This is Barbara Anna. It's the Raven Scissor Fob. I don't know which side to get on. Probably that side. I know it's a little bit late for the Edgar Allan Poe, but look how pretty this is. It's bright. I love it. I love that it's Edgar Allan Poe, but it's not super dark. So if that doesn't, match up with what you want to do a bright colored scissor fob. Got that? I have all three of these, but one of them I cannot find a Google image for, so don't fear. These are reprints of the Prairie Schooler Fairies. This one says, this is just a prairie fairy on a blackbird. And then there is, what is this one? The Sewing Fairy on a bluebird. And there's a Cleaning Fairy, which I didn't bring out because I didn't put the picture on the website because I can't get a picture. I'm going to have to actually take a picture of it, which is not a big deal. I just didn't have time to do it before I came out here. I think that's cute how they put the actual needle in there. I'm into that. Super cute. So those are reprints and awesome, and people writing birds is cool. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, an ABC sampler. The more I look at this, the more I like it. Songbirds are having a ball out there. Smile Pumpkin by Alessandra Adelaide Needleworks. Bewitched Stitchers. This is cool. It's kind of creepy and also whimsical at the same time, if that's possible. I love it. It only takes 3 flosses. They are all DMC. 906, 971, and white. Like that. Here's another Alessandra Adelaide. This is Halloween. This is only burnt orange and white. So 947 and B5200. La-di-da, My Country. Sorry, it's windy. I like that one. And Jenny Bean Part 4. I have had this on the website for a few days. I just didn't put it in my last video for some reason. So this is The Good Shepherd. This is Jenny Bean for the Parlor Part 4. You can do this as a standalone piece, or you can do it in the entire sampler. So a standalone piece is roughly 170 by 100 stitches tall, and the entire sampler will be 810 by 170. So do it how you want to. Leave out a part, add, you can do whatever you want. This is Blackbird design. Blackbird fans, I'm in love with this. Blackbird Wild Berries. These are older charts, but I just started kind of going through all the Blackbird charts that are available at the distributors, and I started pulling a ton in. This week I should have probably 20 more Blackbird charts in because, they're collector's items. Like, they are wonderful. I think I have most of the others in the series coming as well. This is the Loose Feathers, I can't say that word. Whatever that is. Absidarian series. I don't know. I love this. And I think, yeah, that bird is stitched in Gentle Arts Tin Bucket for the most part. And I love that. So, look for lots more of those. Quaker Handiwork. I know that Donna Ray and friends are doing a stitch along of this soon. I have some in the shop now as of today at the time I took this video, and I have a lot more coming. I had Pink Sparrow sampler in stock. I'm going to show it to you. Don't panic. It's available again, and I should have it by today's, what day? Tuesday? It should be here Thursday. And I've ordered a lot more of these. So, there was a couple of customers who initially had asked me about that and sent me an email, and, you know, there's one that I missed. So, if you don't find it somewhere else, of course, send me an email, and I'll be happy to make sure you get one of these. But it happens. I was not feeling well. There's no excuses. I missed one. I'm human. But it's not a big deal. I have one right here, and I'm more than happy to get more of those in. So, Pink Sparrow Sampler. Look at this. Jolly Jack. He's so cute. This is all through the night. Jolly Jack. 73 by 71. Love, love, love. Merry Christmas by All Through the Night. I'm a big fan of these charts. They're smalls. They're so super easy to read, and they're on super heavy cardstock, and they usually just take a few colors, so I'm into that. It's a great quickie if you need one. Little House Needleworks Nature's Beauty. This says, I am humbled by the beauty of a flower in the breeze surrounded by an orchestra of softly buzzing bees. Blackbird Designs Midnight Watch. I ordered more of these to come in too, so if by the time you see this and you get to the site they're out of stock, like Pink Sparrow Sampler will surely be. I just have a couple more Pink Sparrow Samplers I'm going to post on the shop as soon as I do this video, and they're probably going to sell out before you even see this video. Don't worry, there's more coming. And I'm super excited about these. So this is the Threadworks Primitives original designs by Nan Lewis, and these are just, I think they're mostly called Edgar's or the Beggars. I love them. Kringle's Crow. Look how cute this is. Oh my word. This is happening. This is in my Mania My Way pile for me. It's small. It won't take much to do this, but I love it. Edgar's Manor. 3 colors. Nice to take on the go. You got Tarnished Gold, Carriage Black, Grasshopper, and 640. Primitive Crow. I like how this looks kind of like Aztec-y. I think this would be, I love this. Lori, Textilist. I don't know if you have this or not, but how cute is it? Beggar's Night. White pumpkin on it, which we all love. This is charted in 7 colors of DMC, and that's it. You hear those birds out there? They're so happy. The birds in my backyard, they've got it made. They get a wonderful view. They get all the goodies. Today they're getting carrots, mealworms, peanuts, regular feed, cracked corn. That helps keep the squirrels off of them a little bit too. They're getting cranberries today. Yeah, when I get done with this video. And I also make my own suet squares, which I use vegetable oil, bacon grease, whatever I have, mash dried fruits and nuts and seeds together, and then put it in the freezer. Martha Stewart taught me how to do that, and I love it. They love it. The woodpeckers love that. Beggar's Fourth. So this is cool. Patriotic and has blackbird on it. Beggar's Christmas. Beggar's Valentine. I love that one. I like that a lot. Weathered Barn is the red color in there. That's pretty. I'll put that on my list to get from General Arts. And The much coveted Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I just added more of these to the shop. I sold out the first ones in literally 2 hours. And started getting emails from people saying, I want this. So there's more already added, and if they sell out by the time you see this video, fret not, there will be more added as well. Away we ride till its darkest pitch to find the home of the Wicked Witch. That's cool. Love it. Gentle Arts, Garden Gate again. That's one of my favorites. I may include Garden Gate in the Floss Club because I keep using it myself. And it's beautiful. Yep. So there's that. And last but not least, to run through some Little House Needleworks. America. This was chart number 1, numero uno, as Little House Needleworks. This is not Diane Williams' first chart, but it is as Little House Needleworks. So, super cute. And this picture doesn't really do this justice either because I'm not a super fan of Heatherfield, which is which side is stitched on. And I know Michelle's been using it lately, and it looks great on her work, but it's loosey-goosey to me. So that was on 16 count Heatherfield. I will probably do this on 40 count linen. Shocker. And then the band samplers. I have spring, summer, and autumn. Winter was out of stock, but I have it on back order, so hopefully I'll get that soon. So there's spring band sampler, summer band sampler, and autumn band sampler. So winter's coming. Little shout out to the Game of Thrones fans. And the last one for today is Americana sampling. This is chart number 140 from Little House Needleworks. Very cute. So that's it. There's more stuff loaded. There's more stuff I didn't pull pictures of because I filed everything away like a responsible inventory tracking business owner and realized I didn't pull out copies to show you. So there may be some things I missed that are on the site. As I said, don't worry if something's out of stock. I should get it back. I mean, I've told you about that before. It's kind of stressful with the distributors because you think something's coming until either it is or it isn't. I have called on the Home for the Holidays book from Blackbird. I think I told you in my last video that the ladies from Blackbird Design says it is not out of print. It is currently being reprinted, and they expect a delivery within 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm on back order with 2 distributors for that. So when I get it, I'm going to get a lot of them, and that's okay because we're all going to stitch that along. We're going to do a SAL on Labor Day for that. That's when it's going to start. So you've got until Labor Day, so don't panic. That's like, what, September? We're good. Upcoming SALs for me, June 1st is Eliza Bellcox. I got to tell you, I'm a little terrified because it's gigantic, but I'm excited too. I got an email from Nancy Turner today. She's got all the colors ready to go and expects to be wrapping that process up soon. So we'll have those in time. I think it was way more work than she anticipated it being, and I just love her heart for being willing to do that for us. I mean, she's in the business of selling floss, but it was a lot for her to come up with the dye colors and do all of that and get it all carded and manage all the invoices. Managing invoices alone is like a full-time job for somebody, especially at my level it is for sure. And Nancy's got way more customers than I do. So I love you and appreciate you for that, Nancy. And then August 1st, we have Miss Lucy Calcutt coming. That is a beautiful chart. It's in my shop. I have a few in stock still. Sarah Brazier is currently going on. I'm shocked that I still have some of those. I know it's because it's a costly chart and there's a small customer pool for Hands Across the Sea because they're expensive, but they're collectible books really. And I will tell you that get yours now because she's already out. Nicola is out at Hands Across the Sea, so the only people that have them left are individual retailers. I have a handful. I maybe have 6 or 7 left. So please check my shop out for those. I see them being uppriced at other retailers already. That shouldn't happen, but it is happening. So if you see a shop charging more than $50 for those, do not buy it there. Because that's not good. I don't even know if I should say that. Shop where you want to, but you shouldn't have to pay more than $50 for that chart. There is an exchange rate involved, and when the price varies a little bit. In fact, I talked directly to Nicola about this because I was like, I noticed that this retailer is charging this and this is this. What's your suggested manufacturer retail price? And she very promptly and politely explained to me that it's all based on the exchange rate. So when we purchase them from the United States, we purchase them from her, and we're US dollars and they're British sterling. So I can see that. I've had there be a little bit of fluctuations in my cost on that, but yeah. So anyway, get them. I've got a few. I hope that if you got yours, that you love it, and that you'll hang on to it and take good care of it, because those things they're just wonderful collector's books. I mean, that book alone is got some wonderful rich history in it. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna go in. It's been 45 minutes. Trying to keep these under an hour. I'm gonna go inside, have me some Sorority Girl pasta salad, which is delicious. And Sarah and I are going out for a mommy-daughter day. She has AP exams right now, so she should be done with school within about an hour or so. We're going to go out, do a little shopping. It's boat weather time again, so time to go get some stuff for the water and spend some time together. And then tomorrow night is her award ceremony. So all of you, if prayer is part of your life, lift Sarah up, please, because she is award ceremony night. She's a junior. She'll be a senior in high school next year. So at the ROTC award ceremony night, they announce the officers for the next year. So it's her last opportunity to be an officer. My hair's tickling me out here with this wind. She currently is already a platoon leader and often a company commander for when they do drill, exhibition drills and things. But she would love to be the commanding officer of the entire battalion. That's the highest ranking position. She would love that. If she doesn't get it, we're prayerful that her boyfriend Eric will get it. We just hope that they both get the position that they should get, that they deserve to get, and that will be a great fit for them. So that happens tomorrow. So when I say lift her up in prayer, there's a lot of anxiety for her, because tomorrow night there will be an entire auditorium or gymnasium full of parents and friends and family, and that's when they find out who got what. So for someone who feels anxiety about that kind of thing, I mean, you're standing in front of everyone and finding out. It's like a pageant, basically. Like, okay, am I going to win? Am I going to get what I wanted? Whatever she does, she'll be wonderful at it. And I'm very confident and prayerful that whatever she gets is exactly what she's meant to have. So that experience will be great for her, as she begins to apply for college, and as she considers maybe going to the Naval Academy. She's not sure what she's going to do after high school yet, and that's okay. I told her she doesn't have to know, yet at 17 years old what she wants to do with the rest of her life. But she's there's two boats. She's getting all that situated. I don't know if you can see them. Yep. Sailboat and motorboat. Sailboats have the right-of-way. I don't know if you guys knew that. Anything under wind power has the right-of-way in the channel. So I don't know why he's honking at him. Anyway, we wish Sarah well for tomorrow night. So we're going to go have us a fun shopping day today and try not to think about all the nerves and feels that come with finding out what her position will be for the next school year, her last school year. She's been with this ROTC battalion since actually leaving 8th grade, the summer going into her freshman year. So it's very, very important to her. So any well wishes and good thoughts you can send her way for that would be awesome. So that'll be tomorrow night, and then we'll get back to life as normal after that. All right, y'all, have a wonderful day. I hope where you're at you have the ability to get outside and enjoy some of the beautiful fresh air. I hope the temperatures are getting a little more bearable for most of you out there in Flosstube land. I'll give you guys a view of what I've got going on here. There's our boat over there hiding underneath the cover. I'm going to stand up. I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't make you guys seasick. I don't have a camera, so I'm holding my laptop, actually. I do have a camera, but not set up for this. There's the bird. Oh, let me see that squirrel. This is the bird feeding zone. You can tell the feeders have been hit hard. The squirrels are running about. I think I see some squirrels. Yeah, there's a few squirrels. Is that squirrels? Yeah, there's a squirrel in the bird bath, which is awesome. There's a woodpile. Stuffed Dan's burning out there. The waves are rolling in. I'm going to sign off. Love y'all. See y'all soon. Until next time.